An American scientist and author, has made significant strides across various fields of natural science, from biology to theoretical physics. His groundbreaking work includes being part of the team that cloned the world's first human embryo and the first endangered species, as well as pioneering the use of pluripotent stem cells in humans. Celebrated globally for his contributions, he has been listed among the most influential people and top thinkers in the world. This visionary is none other than Robert Lanza. A recent scientific hypothesis proposes that death may not be the conclusive event we perceive it to be. A prominent concept within quantum physics is the unpredictability of certain observations. Instead of a singular outcome, there exists a spectrum of potential outcomes, each associated with its own likelihood. A widely accepted interpretation, known as the many worlds theory, suggests that each potential outcome actually corresponds to a separate universe. Building on this, a novel scientific theory named biocentrism further develops these concepts. It posits the existence of an infinite number of universes, where every conceivable event happens in some universe. According to this theory, death, in any conventional sense, does not truly occur. All conceivable universes exist concurrently, irrespective of the events in any individual universe. While individual human bodies inevitably cease to function, the essence of consciousness, the question of who am I, is merely a 20-watt stream of energy active within the brain. This energy does not simply dissipate upon death. A fundamental principle of science is that energy cannot be destroyed nor created. It only transforms. The question then arises, does this energy transfer from one realm to another? In a notable experiment, scientists demonstrated that they could alter events that had already occurred. Particles behave differently depending on choices made by an observer at a later time. This indicates that our decisions might have the power to affect earlier events. The relationship among events stretches beyond conventional perceptions of time and space. The energy involved functions similarly to a projector, displaying varied outcomes contingent on the observer's decisions. Biocentrism challenges our conventional understanding of space and time, suggesting they are not the rigid constructs we imagine. Consider waving your hand through the air. If all matter were removed, what would remain? Nothing at all. The same concept applies to time. Behind the bone encasing your brain, there is no visual perception of time. Everything that you perceive and experience is merely a vortex of information occurring within your mind. From this perspective, space and time are merely instruments used to assemble our sensory experiences. In a world where time and space do not exist, death too does not exist. Even Einstein, reflecting on the passing of his friend Michel Besso, acknowledged this, saying, "Now Besso has departed from this strange world a little ahead of me. That means nothing. People like us know that the distinction between past, present and future is only a stubbornly persistent illusion." Immortality, therefore, does not imply an endless existence within time, but rather it exists outside of time altogether. What would it entail to fully adopt biocentrism and the perspective that the concept of the observer suggests? Biocentrism goes beyond complex physics, carrying profound metaphysical consequences. At its core, biocentrism presents a vision of a universe that is alive and conscious, contrasting with the traditional view of a mechanical, clockwork universe. It transforms the perceived emptiness of outer space into a realm brimming with life and consciousness. Consciousness, in this view, becomes a universal and interconnected entity that transcends both space and time. As explained by Dr. Lanza, this perspective fosters a sense of unity, reducing feelings of isolation and loneliness. Furthermore, death is stripped of its finality. While physical bodies may cease, consciousness endures. Biocentrism introduces fascinating concepts such as backward time travel, liberating us from the conventional constraints of space-time. If time is but a mental construct, navigating through it need not be confined to a single direction. Above all, biocentrism brings science and spirituality together, positioning them as complementary rather than contradictory. Observer and its fictional universe illustrate how science can serve as a conduit to deeper meaning, moving beyond mere materialistic views. Adopting the biocentric view reshapes our understanding of reality, initiating a significant shift in how we perceive existence. Despite its seemingly paradoxical nature, this theory is grounded in rigorous scientific principles from quantum mechanics and biology. As depicted in Observer, manipulating consciousness might enable us to tap into new dimensions. While the novel's futuristic elements are imaginative, its underlying message is unequivocal. We should be receptive to radically new ideas. The revelations that dreams might offer stem from the fundamental notion that reality is a process involving us, a conscious observer. Commonly, we regard the tangible world as existing out there in a more concrete or autonomous way compared to the world of our dreams, where we seem to play a minor role. However, recent research indicates that our day-to-day reality is just as dependent on the observer as the realm of dreams. Dr. Lanza posits that dreams are much more than mere spontaneous, random neuron firings, as some theories suggest. They also transcend being simply the activation of random memories stored within the brain's neurocircuitry. Although dreams often incorporate a blend of emotions and familiar experiences, they frequently include people, faces, and interactions that the dreamer has never encountered in waking life. A dream unfolds as a continuous, uninterrupted narrative that can feel as vivid and real as life itself. How, then, can this richly woven tapestry of complex interactions and scenarios be merely the result of random electrical discharges? In the realm of dreams, we are not merely passive observers of an external world, merely imprinting memories onto our neural circuitry. How can the brain fabricate all these components of the experience, seemingly from nothing? How is it possible for such detailed and intricate experiences to be crafted entirely anew? While dreaming, we are not simply observing events and processing stimuli as we do when awake. Instead, while lying asleep in bed, our minds are capable of seamlessly crafting new people and environments, orchestrating their interactions in a four-dimensional space. This phenomenon showcases the remarkable capability of the mind to transform abstract information into a vivid, multidimensional reality. In dreams, you are not merely moving within a predetermined space and time like a video game character. You are actively creating these dimensions. This process, though more readily acknowledged during dreaming, is the same one that shapes our waking lives. Biocentrism suggests that we are constantly not just observers, but creators of reality. In the dream state, the brain is unencumbered by the need to conform to sensory inputs and the physical laws that govern them, allowing it to generate experiences that differ markedly from the consensus reality experienced during waking hours. New research conducted by theoretical physicist Dmitry Podolsky, in collaboration with Andrei Bavinsky, an authority in quantum gravity and quantum cosmology, has unveiled a significant finding. They propose that the very structure of physical reality in space-time is shaped by the extensive networks of observers. During dreams, we depart from the consensus universe and enter an alternate cognitive model of reality, distinctly different from the reality perceived by others when awake. In this dream state, the fine structure of the universe's wave function becomes delocalized and largely unstable. This instability may account for the enhanced capabilities often experienced in dreams, where the values of observables that constitute the foundation of reality become more malleable. Furthermore, this research posits that the presence or absence of observers can influence the dimensionality of the universe itself. Biocentrism suggests that space and time are constructs of the mind, and dreams provide compelling evidence supporting this notion. If space and time were truly external and physical entities as traditionally perceived, how could the brain replicate these dimensions so convincingly within dreams? We often dismiss our nighttime experiences as merely dreams and not reflective of reality. However, dreams and our waking perceptions of reality are fundamentally similar. By impartially embracing the implications of quantum mechanics, we converge on a unified understanding of everyday reality and the world of dreams. This approach resolves many long-standing mysteries about the nature of dreams, reality, and our existence. In conclusion, Dr. Lanza's work, through the lens of biocentrism, pushes the boundaries of traditional scientific inquiry, suggesting that consciousness is not just a byproduct of the brain, but a fundamental property of the universe itself. This perspective radically alters our understanding of life and death, positing that what we perceive as the end of life is merely an illusion fostered by our linear perception of time. According to Lanza, just as dreams are real experiences created by our minds, our experiences in life are similarly real and shaped by consciousness.